What it do, YouTube? It's SS and I'm back with another video, and I know it's been a long time since I dropped the video, but guess what? We're here and we're doing it right now. We're dropping a video, and look at this one. This one right here. This one right here. Well, let me tell you about this one. This one is actually a very spicy team that you will see in the Spring Cup. We got Shadow for Alligator, Shadow Golduck, and Rose Raid. All three Pokemon, well, two Pokemon that you probably have not seen in this cup before, but we're gonna go ahead and show you this team. I did go pretty positive, as you guys will see. You guys are gonna be like, what do you do up against a Lantern? What do you do up against this Pokemon? This, that Pokemon. Well, you guys will see once we get into those battles. But once again, I know I haven't dropped a video in a long time, and I'm gonna try to be dropping videos pretty soon here. So if you guys have not subscribed, make sure to subscribe. We are going down instead of going up, and that is probably my fault. But as you guys will see right here, we're about to go ahead and ice beam this Trevenant, and Trevenant, it's just gonna go down, and we just win just like that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys liked the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz, and let's go ahead and get into these battles as we do win the first battle. Now we're gonna go ahead and jump into the next battle. We're gonna see for Alligator into Dewgong. Dewgong, I really don't like this lead, but as long as you throw in good timing and you throw the crunch, I think you should be fine. As you guys see, it does reasonable amount of damage as I put the words together at the same time. But I do end up calling a icy wind here. Now I'm going to go for the hydro cannon, thinking that they are going to shield, but they don't shield. So once again, now I'm going to go ahead and let this go because I can't shield this. And they do go for the drill run, which is fine. So we do end up losing swap, but we are going to get a confusion, and they're going to come into a Polyrath, which is actually really weird of them to come into a Polyrath up against a confusion user. They're going to go ahead and shield. Now we're going to go ahead and keep throwing these confusions. We are going to shield as well. Might be an icy win, but we don't care. We're going to go ahead and start throwing these confusions. Confusions are chunking, as you can see. And now we're going to go ahead and throw the cross chop. Cross chop does KO. They're going to come into the Rose Raid. And at this point, I'm going to switch out into my Rose Raid as well. We're going to get to the Weather Ball. We're going to go ahead and throw. We get the shield. Now at this point, I can go ahead and let this go through. Don't have to shield this. I'll keep my shield for my Golduck. Confusion, it's just going to go ahead and start chunking, as you guys will see. And we live with like 3 HP or something like that, and we're gonna take that second game as we do hop into the next battle. I thought I cut up these a little bit better than what it looked like, but I guess I did not. I am a little rusty, so please pardon me. And hydro cannon is legacy. I forgot to put legacy on there, so it's legacy just for you guys to know. And we are going to go ahead and get to this hydro cannon on CMP up against this Quagsire. The Quagsire is going to go ahead and shield. I am going to go ahead and let this go through. I do believe I do let it go through. And now I'm going to farm up. They do get to the move before us, so I am going to throw right away. But unfortunate for me, they are going to go ahead and catch onto a jump bluff. And since they caught on the jump bluff, I'm going to go ahead into my Rose Ray. I'm going to get to the Weather Ball on the CMP if they have the Aerial Ace, which it looks like they do have the Aerial Ace. So this is Captai, or Baptai, as we usually say here on the channel. And we are going to be able to let this go and go ahead and get the farm down. And now they're going to have to make a decision here as they do come into a Tropius. I do throw on bad timing, letting them get an air slice through. But I don't think it's really going to affect us that much. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. We'll see here in this battle. I did do these battles here on Twitch. Not here on Twitch, but I mean, I did them on Twitch. Link in the description as always if you guys want to follow the Twitch. I hope to see you guys over there. I want to start doing YouTube, streaming on YouTube as well. Hopefully in the near future, I will. So you guys will be able to watch them on YouTube as well. That way you don't have to switch over to Twitch if you don't like being on Twitch. And we are going to go ahead and ice beam that Tropius to win. And now we're going to see a bad lead here. This is really bad, right? Well, let's see how we can win this game. So we are going to charge up. We're going to go ahead and go for the Captai on 8 as they get to the Thunderbolt, but they go for the extra, which is not good for me. But either way, we're going to go ahead and let this go through. If we call it Surf, it's pretty good for us. We do make it to a Hydro Cannon here, and we're going to see, do they want to shield? And the answer is yes, they do want to shield, so that is really good for us. And now we're going to go ahead and come into Rose Raid. We're going to go ahead and get all this juicy farm, but they do end up swapping out with some energy. They come into their own Rose Raid, and we're going to go ahead and throw this Weather Ball. We do get the shield there, and we're going to switch out now, and we're going to completely farm down. I am going to go ahead and throw up a shield here just because it could be the Leaf Storm. As you guys can see, it is the Leaf Storm, and now we're going to go ahead and farm down completely. Now we're gonna see what they want to come into. They come into a Treb, and guess what? This Treb has no shields. So guess what? It's gonna get one-shotted by this Ice Beam, and we're gonna go ahead and win as they do top left, and we're gonna go ahead and take that game. So Lantern, not an issue for us. Once again, we see another Lantern. How do we win this one? We're gonna go ahead and play it the same way. We're gonna go ahead and try to go for the Baptiste on the crunch and see if we do get the Baptiste. I don't think they threw. No, they didn't throw. Once again, I'm going to go ahead and let this go through, but it looks like this surf is going to be enough to KO, so unfortunate for us, we do go down, and they are up another shield. They are up 2 shields, but this time they also come into the Rose Raid once again, and this might be looking like the same team, so we are going to go with the Weather Ball. We're going to go ahead and switch out once again, do the same play, and now we are going to shield again. Once again, they only get to 1 move, so if they throw the Leaf Storm, they're only going to be able to throw the Leaf Storm, and we are going to be able to farm down completely. As they do come into, I do believe, their Lantern, we're going to go ahead and go for the Cross Chop here. And Cross Chop is going to be enough to KO. Now, they are going to come into the Trevenant. It is the same team. Are they going to shield this? Do they want to shield? The answer is no, they don't shield, and they're going to get one-shotted once again. And once again, Golduck is the MVP of this team. Once again, we are running 3 Pokemon that are glassy, super glassy. They're not able to take a hit, so you need to choose where you do shield up. And I do believe I do end up hitting my season high with this team, so once again, we're going to see Jellicent in the lead, and we're going to go for the Crunch. And this is why we're rocking Crunch, because if we have Ice Beam, we're not going to be able to do anything to that Jellicent. Then they swap out into a Trevenant, which is actually really weird, because for Alligator can actually win the 1 to 2 shields up against no, the 1 shields, right? The 1 shields, because we get to the Hydro Cannon so spammy, and the Shadow Claws are just adding up. As I do go for this Leaf Storm here, I do believe this is a Leaf Storm. Is it Grass Knot? It's a Grass Knot. They are going to go ahead and shield. We're going to go ahead and let this go through. At this point, we got the Shadow Claw damage that would be enough to start chunking. They're going to switch out into an Abomasnow. I'm going to go for the Crunch here, and this Crunch is going to do super massive damage, even though it's not super effective, as you guys can see. I'm just going to go ahead and stay in at this point. Go ahead and let this go through. Now I can go ahead and farm down with my Golduck and keep the shield. As you can see, 1 Confusion is enough to KO. We're going to farm up a little bit, farm up and farm up. They do throw, and we're going to go ahead and shield this. Ice Beam, apparently they only have Ice Beam. I'm not too sure. Single moved Jellicent, I guess. But either way, Cross Chop is resisted, and we're going to go ahead and BM them because our name is Petty Manny. Now we're going to see another Lantern in the lead. Do we win this one? I'm not too sure, but we're going to go ahead and see what we do here. Once again, I'm going to do the same play. I'm going to go for 8 Shadow Claws and then throw, hopefully to get them on the CMP, on the Baptiste, but they don't throw. Once again, we're going to go ahead and let this go through. If they surf, we're going to be able to make it to a Hydro Cannon. Do they want to shield this? And the answer is no, they don't shield. And this time it's looking a little bit iffy for us. We're going to go ahead and go to the same Pokemon. And this is looking like the same team once again. I'm not too sure who made this Lantern Double Grass team, but thank you, whoever it was that made this Lantern Double Grass team, because I just been able to wreck this team. And now I do believe they're probably going to come into... No, it is Double Grass, but not the Trevenant that we wanted to see. But either way, Golduck does have a move that is super effective. We're going to go ahead and get to this Cross Chop here, and it doesn't KO. I'm going to go ahead and let this go through. And see, they throw the bait, and now we're going to be able to farm down their other Pokemon. I forgot what it was. Lantern, I think. And at this point, I'm just going to go ahead and let this go through. And Rose Raid with 1 Poison Jab is going to be enough to KO, and we're going to be able to take that game. As we do hop into the next battle, we're going to see Tropius in the lead up against our Feraligatr, and this is not good. Apparently, right? Well, it doesn't look good for us. So we are going to be able to throw in good timing here, as they don't throw in 4, not giving us a free extra move. And now I do have to make a choice here, and I am going to go ahead and shield, because the Leaf Blade would pretty much KO at this point. Probably does KO, as we do swap at the same time. And I'm going to go ahead and try to make it to my move, but not before they make it to their own move here. They make it to the Icy Wind, and we're going to be able to live it with a couple of pixels. And now we are going to be able to get the shield there, which is kind of looking good for us, because now we can go into Golduck, and Golduck with a shield advantage and them being down with shield, we are gonna call the move here, and it is the icy wind. So now at this point, they are gonna come into a Tropius. I have to shield this. Unfortunate for me, I have to shield this, and I really don't want to shield it. And I probably should have threw right away, but we are gonna take some damage. And as they do have a lantern in the back, and unfortunate for us, this game is looking tough for us, and I don't think we're gonna end up winning this game. But either way, you guys can see the real power of these Pokemon. These Pokemon that have no bulk but hit super hard. And we're gonna get Thunderbolt here as they do BM us. Surf would have been enough, but they were scared and they ended up Thunderbolting us. As we do see a Trevenant in the lead this time. And once again, I had told you guys this lead is actually really good for the Feraligatr, because look at those Shadow Claws. They are doing massive damage as they do swap into a Tentacruel. At this point, I probably shouldn't have thrown a move, but that is fine. I'm going to go ahead and go into my Golduck. I'm going to throw the move. I didn't want them to throw a move at me, so I am going to throw the move. Now they are going to go ahead and come into the Trevenant once again, I do believe, as they are going to try to get farm. But their Trevenant is super low at this point. I'm going to go ahead and let this go through. And now I can either Shadow Claw down or I can Poison Jab down. And I do believe I'm going to go for the Poison Jab. Nope, we do go for the Shadow Claws. And now this Kingdra has 2 shields, but Kingdra has to start shielding up everything and everything, because Kingdra does not have a lot of bulk, and that is the reason why they kept those 2 shields for the Kingdra. I am going to go ahead and shield this up, and I'm going to throw my move right away because I do want this Kingdra gone, and it looks like we are going to be able to get this Kingdra out the way. And now I am going to be able to farm down, or we're going to go ahead and KO each other at the same time, a Simo KO, and we're going to be able to take that game because Feraligatr is still alive in the back. And once again, we're going to see Trevenant in the lead up against our Feraligatr. And once again, I had told you guys this is actually a really good lead for us. But as they do end up swapping into a Dewgong, so at this point, I'm going to try to make it to another move. We do make it to another move, and this Crunch is going to do massive damage. I thought that they were going to throw right away, but they don't end up throwing right away. I'm going to switch into my Confusion user. We're going to get hit with a Drill Run, and now we are going to Confusion down as they come into Trevenant, and Trevenant does not have to shield this. Let's see, do they want to shield? The answer is no, they're not going to shield, but either way, look at those Confusions. They are chunking. We're going to be able to KO each other at the same time. And now they are going to come into a Pelipper. This Pelipper is looking really tricky. It does have 2 shields. And once again, same thing with the Kingdra. Since they needed the shields, they're going to have to shield everything and everything here. And now we are going to be able to get to another Weather Ball, as I am going to swap out. At this point, if this is a Weather Ball, they are only going to make it to another Weather Ball, so I don't have to shield the third one, because they are only going to keep throwing Weather Balls. They make it to another Weather Ball. At this point, the Hydro Cannon is going to be enough to KO, as they do in the top lefting, recognizing that they just lost that game. And we are going to go ahead and win that game, and we are going to go ahead and claim it, as I'm taking my time, probably talking to chat, because low-key was a good stream. It started out bad, but then I started out molding and stuff, but later on, once we started winning, my mood changed back to being positive. So as once again, we are going to see Feraligatr into the Trevenant, and they are going to swap out. And this time they're going to come into a Credilly. Credilly is a very spicy mon because you don't really see it as much. Maybe an underrated pick, and I'm going to go ahead and try to catch the Grass Knot here, which it looks and appears to be that we did catch the Grass Knot. We are going to go ahead and throw the move on Good Timing, as they do get to 3 Bullet Seeds, and now we are going to go ahead and shield as well. And I do believe that I can go ahead and farm down completely, and that is what I'm about to do, and we do end up farming down completely. Now, they were running Stone Edge. Maybe they want to run Rock Slide, because Rock Slide is just a lot better, and we're just going to go straight for the Grass Knot here. I just want to get this Lantern out the way, as they do force quit the app. And please, people, don't do this. If you guys, if anything, just top left if you're going to do this. Nobody wants to put up with this. Look, I have to go ahead and straight for the farm down. Can't even throw a move, because if I throw a move, my game might freeze and I might end up losing. So please don't do that. It shows how you don't really care about the players. But anyways, we are going to go ahead and see for Alligator into Tropius. And once again, they are going to throw on bad timing this time. And we're going to go ahead and shield the Leaf Blade. Now I'm going to do one, and they're going to go ahead and catch somehow. I'm not too sure how they caught, because if it was good timing, they shouldn't have been able to. I'm going to go ahead and let this go through. If it's any other move than the Icy Wind, we are going to get KO'd. But it is the Icy Wind. They come into a Lantern, and this is not looking good for us. But we do make it to a cross chop here, and now I'm going to get farmed down. Hoping I was going to make it to another cross chop, but we don't make it to another cross chop. Now I am going to come into my Rose Raid. Rose Raid cannot take a hit, but I am going to go ahead and let this go through, hoping that they would bait, but they don't bait. Now they swap out, and I do believe this is CMP. No, it's not CMP. I might be thinking about a different game. And I swap out and give him a free fast move. Oh, so bad for me. Now at this point, I'm just going to go ahead and let this go through because I need to keep my shields. But as you guys will see, we are just far too low, and we're not going to be able to make it to a move. That's going to be enough to KO. We need 2 moves to make it. 1 to get the shield, and then 2 to KO. But we are not going to make it there. As we do see a free Alligator into our I can't even talk. Our free Alligator into a Tentacruel, and this Tentacruel is going to get debuffed by the defense. And I'm going to go ahead and let this go through. They are going to scold us, which is very interesting. I do make it to the Hydro Cannon. Do they want to shield is the answer, or the question, and they do want to shield, so I'm going to go ahead and come into my Confusion User, hoping they don't make it to a move because we lagged a little bit there. They are actually able to make it to the move, but it's just an acid spray, and at this point, I'm hoping and praying that there's something in the back that Golduck is super good against. And look at that. It's Poliwrath. Now, I am going to go ahead and swap out into my Rose Raid, and they just in the top lefting. I guess they had no answer to the Rose Raid, and we just end up winning. As we do see another Lantern lead into our for Alligator. And now, once again, I am going to throw on 8, but this person goes for the extra. I guess they started noticing I was throwing on 8, and they wanted to go for the extra. I'm going to go ahead and let this go through, because once again, if we do live this, we are going to be able to make it to the Hydro Cannon. We make it to the Hydro Cannon. Do they want to shield this? And the answer is yes, they do want to shield, which is really good for us. If this is Lantern Double Grass, once again, we just win at this point because we are up shields. I don't have to shield this, so I don't shield. They come into the Rose Raid. I am going to go ahead and throw the Weather Ball. At this point, they do need to shield this, and because they shielded, and I swap out into my Golduck, and guess what? Golduck is just going to go to town here with these 2 shields. I mean, I am going to go ahead and shield because it could be a potential Leaf Storm or Grass Knot, and they actually do betas, which is okay with me. I don't really mind. They're only going to get to 1 move, and once again, it's the same team. I don't know who made this team, but Trevenant, hi Trevenant, bye Trevenant. And now we're going to see Lantern come in, and we're going to be able to confusion it down. And we're going to live with 1 HP as we are going to go into the next battle. We're going to see for Alligator into Tentacruel, and Tentacruel once again. I don't really like this lead because if they do have Sludge Wave, then Sludge Wave will KO us from this range, or pretty much from... I'm pretty sure Sludge Wave does a lot of damage regardless, as they do have the Sludge Wave. Now I'm going to come into my Confusion User. They come into a Ferrothorn, and this is looking pretty bad for me. So I am going to go ahead and throw the Cross Chop here. I'm going to try to catch, but I don't catch. And now I am going to shield this just in case it is the Flash Cannon. It is the Flash Cannon. I'm going to try to throw in good timing. We do get to good timing. Throw the Weather Ball. Do they want to shield? They don't want to shield, but you saw me. I did undercharge it, and the reason I did this is because I wanted to come out with a little bit of energy. They do only make it to a Power Whip. Now they're going to come out to their Tentacruel here. I am going to make it to a Weather Ball, but it's not enough to KO. They're probably going to make it to another move, which is fine with me. I'm going to go ahead and let this go through. And then, no, I don't let it go through. I should have let it go through. And because I don't let it go through, now we're going to go ahead and end up losing, I do believe. Because I do need to get the shield here. We don't get the shield, and they're going to make it to the move. And there's no way that I can farm down completely here. They're going to make it to a move. They're at another one, and this is going to be enough to KO. And we're going to unfortunately end up losing that game just because of a little bit misplayed that I ended up doing. But either way, we go 3-2 there. Nothing but positive says we went 5-0, 4-1, 3-2. And once again, if you guys like the battles, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz, as we are trying to grow the channel. I will be dropping videos more frequently. I know I haven't in the last 2 seasons, and the reason is because it's kind of hard to make content. But yeah, I hope you guys liked the video. I will see you guys on the next video, and yeah, take care.